She gold my garlic till I lick soup. Heyo, welcome to stream. I'm still actually eating that soup. So this is gonna be one of those streams where you watch me eat food for a couple of minutes before we actually get started. But that's okay, you love doing that. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, you bunch of sick little sickos. Garlic stream, hashtag garlic stream. No, okay, like it came out to California for the wedding, you know. Fun, delightful times with Doggy. And fun fact, for those who don't know, Leica is actually a very adept cook. And, you know, actually you probably know this, Leica posts its recipes all the time in the Discord. And so we're like, Leica, you know, I really hope we get an opportunity to try some of your food while you're out here. And we did this, like, delicious, like, chicken teriyaki stir fry with lotus root, and, like, super duper tasty. And Leica needed some cloves of garlic for that, which is fine, totally understandable. But instead of buying like a head of garlic like a normal person, it decided to buy a 5-pound bag. And we're still trying to find ways to get through this garlic. This is a recipe that calls for 40 cloves. It's not enough. Not saying it doesn't, actually, honestly, it doesn't even taste that garlicky. TBH, the garlic's kind of like potato in this. There weren't single heads, there was just pre-peeled in the massive bag. I understand. Anyway, bridge rival calcs today. Fun times. Probably get to use Togedemaru to make Kingdra be able to KO a Blaziken. We get to bust out Maisie because she's very murderable. We love that for a yippee girl. Although I do actually need to confirm that. I haven't really done much of these calcs at all. I've been busy. It's a big fight. I've been dreading doing it. So, like, I haven't looked at it too much, but I'm pretty sure it's essentially going to be, there is a Salamence on the team, and there is a Blaziken on the team. And Kingdra can one-hit KO the Blaziken if it has Mystic Water, and it can one-hit KO the Salamence if it has Nevermelt Ice, and it can't perfectly, consistently one-hit KO either of them without the Held item. My first thought was Life Orb. Well, okay, no. If I'm being honest, my first thought was, well, I could use a Heart Scale on Kingdra's special attack. But no. Then I remembered, oh, right, we have Life Orb now, so we can boost multiple attack types at once. Well, I think Blaziken throwing a close combat into Spiky Shield, the 1/8 HP recoil damage, it should make it weak enough to die to Octazooka. And then we can hold Nevermelt Ice for the Salamence. Like, we can maybe use Life Orb, it just requires us to be very strict with how we do things. Also, Rose, congratulations on doing well in your classes. Like, way to fucking go. I know that Life Orb recoil can be an advantage. I just don't know, like, if Kingdra is tanky enough to properly take advantage of those advantages. Though, Kingdra is fast as fuck in the rain. Which I suppose does mean that as long as we show these Pokemon slow kills on our other slot, we're kind of fine. It'll be chill. It'll be awesome. Ooh, well, go enjoy your sandwich, Rose. We'll be here when you get back. Rose, I don't know. Also, if you haven't left yet, I don't know if you saw, but we finally used the heart scale on your special attack stat. So, you now officially have a perfect special attack. Also, friends, I haven't had time to set it up yet, but I may have acquired a new little toy for stream. I love your nails, BT Dub. I got them done for the wedding. Thank you. Mint mods are the exact same, but in green. Eating them tomorrow as leftovers. I see. Oh, I read I'm gonna be eating them as I'm gonna go eat them. Brain filled some gaps there. Okay, let's get a song that doesn't like loop after 30 seconds. Oh god, what's the like... Hold on. I want, like, not the rival's battle theme, but, like, the theme for when you encounter the rival. Because, like... Hold on. Is it... That's battle. That's the fight music. There it is. Yeah, chat, I don't know if you recall, Cycling Road Rival is the last big thing, or, no, not the last big thing that killed us, because we did lose Pokemon to, or we lost Marguerite to, Tabitha, but, like, the Cycling Road Rival was the last person to take one of our Pokemon up to Tabitha. And I'm really hoping that we get some revenge. And I think we're gonna. I don't think this fight is actually gonna be that crazy hard. It might be a little annoying to navigate, but like, I think it should be fine. Making sure I have it set to rain, electric terrain, doubles. Okay. So first things first. Yeah, good. Regular Blaziken does in fact see a kill on Togedemaru with close combat. How much do you do, Kingdra? Wait, why are you suddenly one-hit KOing with no held item? What? Was it something else that we wanted a held item for? I know that we need Nevermelt Ice for Salamence, but... Oh! Because I had it toggled to regular Blaziken. Kingdra can kill regular Blaziken. It can't one-hit KO Mega Blaziken. But yeah, 93%. It'll do 12 to itself. Togedemaru also only ever baits. Ooh. Wait. Swift Swim. Togedemaru, you're slower than it, right? Yeah, everything's slower than it. Okay, good. We can show it. I believe showing Ludicolo a fast kill makes it prioritize that over using Fake Out. So, oop, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing, Google? Create split view? I don't want to create split view. Can I disable that? I'm just trying to do a click and drag, my guy. Like, what happens? Oh, wait. Okay, well, it stopped doing it. That was weird. Huh. Without Me by Eminem starts getting louder. What does that mean? What does that mean, May? Also, hi. Welcome to stream. Okay. Togi Demogi. Mogi Demaru. Where is it? There's little Maisie. Guess who's back? Okay, so you are just saying, like, guess who's back? It's me, bitch. Which, that being said, it is lovely to see your face in chat, May. Always a pleasure. Jesus Christ, Ludicolo does a lot of damage with fucking Weather Ball. Unsurprising, but... Okay. So... Did I level up all of my guys? I did. I think I had to, like, re-import everyone. Glad to catch a stream again. It's been months, I think. Well, Run and Bun's gotten significantly more complicated since the last time you've been to one of these. So, strap in, kid. It's gonna get a little crazy. Okay. So... Togedemaru presumably baits in Salamence. Wow, it doesn't. That's really funny. That being said, pre-damage to 83% should be fine. Yeah. We can pre-damage Togedemaru to the point where it's always showing Hydro Pump kill the Salamence. Especially because Ludicolo will be throwing out Weather Ball. That means that whatever swaps in just needs to be able to take water type hits well. And like, fuck dog, what resists? What all resists water? It's like. Although, actually, I suppose it is worth noting, Salamence has a speed of 170, and the Rain Kingdra does outspeed it. So we don't actually need to worry about the thing getting hit by Hydro Pump from Salamence. So we don't need to pre-damage Well, yeah. We need to pre-damage Togedemaru enough so that Salamence comes in second. Also, notably, it has Intimidate, which it does not get to benefit from because Kingdra's a special attacker. Though I suppose we should make sure that the thing we're swapping in isn't affected by that. But like... Fuck, I just gotta open up like a basic bitch type chart real quick. Because I'm not sure I know off the top of my head all of the things that resist water. My brain knows, like, grass and dragon, and it kind of stops there. Type chart. Come on. Okay, so that's attack. This is defense. So attack type is water. Is resisted by water, grass, and dragon. Okay. Damn, it's a shame that Ludicolo is so fast. It'd be awesome if we could just have Roserade drop a bomb on it. But it wouldn't survive Blaziken. So yeah, what? We open with Kingdra, equip it with Never Melt Ice. Just confirming, Ice Beam with NMI against Salamence is a one-hit KO. Perfect. Fast one-hit KO at that. It's just a question of when do we take care of Ludicolo. Theoretically, it's like... Yeah. Because we can't really, like, try to swap in a fake-out guy, necessarily. Like, even if it lives the one hit it has to take, we then have to contest with Thunder, Hyper Voice, Weather Ball, Grass Knot. Oof. Thankfully, none of these one-hit KO Kingdra. Yeah, we can't afford to give Kingdra Life Orb simply because Kingdra will bait kills. On accident. Like, in theory, Ludicolo can be the last thing we kill, but no. I think it's once Metagross comes in, there is a cycle that you use. I think it's like Excadrill, Gyarados, and something else is really good for fighting Metagross. Okay, so let's start typing. Bridge. Rival. Brendan. first things first. Equip King with Never Melt. Nice. Opens Blaze and Looty. Hannah, though, my memory is correct, right? Showing something a fast kill will always out-prioritize fake out turn 1. Hi, Leica, welcome to stream, hun. So we are going to open with Toge in slot 1. Also, hi, Turtle. Open with Toge and King. So use Spiky Shield, KO Blaze with Octazooka. Alright, so turn 1 of the fight, Togedemaru throws up a Spiky Shield. Blaziken launches a close combat into it. Spiky Shield chips Blaziken for 12.5%, enabling Kingdra to then secure KO with 93% on Octazooka. We want to pre-damage, because yeah, Hurricane, Dragon Pulse, Hydro Pump, Roost, Intimidate, Flying Gem. Okay, yeah, Toge is going to get intimidated, so we don't even need to worry about the swap. Okay, so we just need to make sure that we pre-damage... Wait, what? Why do you... Oh, I was looking at these damage ranges on Kingdra. Okay, good. We don't even need to pre-damage Togedemaru that much. Literally just by 2 points. Because we don't need to worry about baiting Salamance's attacks. We just want to make sure that we get Salamence in. Second. Because, like, what else would come in? You. Actually, it would probably still be Salamence. Simply because it's the only thing that, like, does big damage. Like, it's the first thing in line that does big damage and outspeeds Togedemaru. So yeah, actually, I don't think I need to pre-damage. Am I crazy? Because, like, Heliolisk does a lot, but Salamence also does more, but, like, you know, that's not even what matters. Metagross simply doesn't do that much. And the Blastoise does not do that much. And what happens if Kingdra's in slot 1? Salamence sees, okay damage. Notably, nothing's gonna outspeed because we have Swift Swim. I'd probably be Heliolisk, right? Because it does more damage than we can do to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Okay. Yeah, so we want Togedemaru in left slot, so once we KO Blaziken, in comes Salamence. So pre-damage Toge to 153 HP. Thank you, Turtle, for once again being an invaluable member of the team. Doing so much for this fight. Okay. Swamp to Sala and Looty. Swap Toge to blank. OHKO Sala with I-Beam. I'm a construction worker. Gotta get him with the I-beam. Whatever you need, boss. Thank you for the watch streak, Turtle. Oh, unless Fake Out is getting some other boost from it seeing fast KO, or yeah, we're seeing a KO with Fake Out. Yep, seeing that it's fast KO'd. Really, it goes for Fake Out over fast KO if it sees that another thing is outspeeding it. Hold on, Control F. Oh, because priority moves. Got it. And thankfully, I don't think anything on our team shows one-hit KO to Ludicolo. So, yeah. We do an okay amount with Hurricane, but it's a 2-hit KO no matter what. Okay. So OHKO Salamence with Ice Beam. Okay, now the question is, can we swap something in that takes Weather Ball from Ludi and baits Metagross? No. Because we need to be able to show Metagross. We need to get Excadrill in on Metagross. Oh, Gyros, you poor, poor son of a gun. I didn't even realize Heliolisk has Focus Sash. Ew, ew, ew. Okay. Like, Gyarados takes too much. Roserade doesn't. Corviknight takes too much. We can swap in Basculegion, who then baits both kills. Yeah, no, Focus Sash, Dry Skin and Rain is pretty diabolical. Gotta make sure your chip damage actually sticks on it. Let's say, behold, we've found the most annoying part of this fight already. Just because Weather Ball in this Ludicolo does so much damage. We do also have to note that it is slowly chipping itself with Life Orb, too. Technically, it hasn't done any Life Orb chip yet. And it doesn't have Rain Dish, so we at least always will know what Ludicolo's HP will be at. Because I don't think any of its attacks can miss. Electrode can come in on Energy or on Weather Ball, live it, and then always... Well, maybe not always, but if we do a little bit of pre-damage, always bait another Weather Ball, but it's not fast enough to Volt Switch out. God, Hitmonchan's so cool. You died a Weather Ball, but... Where's Nomo? I mean, what? There's theoretically also the version of this fight where, like, we go for Ludicolo turn 1 and let Blaziken attack into Spiky Shield. Like... No. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. There is potentially also the world where I just, like, get a sack in. Damn, Eldegoss actually bulks really well here. And baits in Metagross? Like... Hold on, wait, Eldegoss. Are you kind of cracked? I assume King Dradiant does like nothing to Metagross. Okay, but... It's like this needs to be, Electrode with Thunder can often do good things here. Unfortunately, Ludi outspeeds my Electrode. But yeah, like what if we gave it Thunder and maxed its speed? Well, Thunder doesn't amount, but not that much. Yeah, if we used a scale, we could outspeed it, but... Because, like, taking a Weather Ball, unless it crits for baiting in Metagross, is kind of awkward. It's like... No, because we can't let Ludicolo attack turn 1. Because if Ludicolo attacks with Weather Ball, it kills Togedemaru. I think we could do the version of this fight where we kill Ludicolo first. Hurricane always 2 hits into Ludi. Togedemaru does turn 1 protect. Does the chip to... that being said, it does mean that we won't be able to outspeed kill Blaziken later. What if it's just finally time for the sack? Yeah, that's a line of thinking that could work. It would just be like, okay, we have to do Life Orb. Yeah. Togedemaru throwing Fake Out into Ludicolo does 8.5%. The chip isn't really what matters at that point. If anything, chip could actually be dangerous because it makes it in... Well, if we have a Life Orb, actually. Yeah. But that does mean that any crit kills. Good God, Life Orb is boosted. Life Orb's what, like a 30% damage bump? Yeah, 30%. Yeah, like, especially with the fact that, like, I'm saying, like, the move that Blaziken is throwing out specifically is close combat. So it's like, ooh, if we left Blaziken on the field for a round, we could free swap into a ghost type. Thunder Punch, does that one-hit KO Basculegion? It does. So turn 1, Spiky Shield, Togedemaru, Hurricane into Ludi. Turn 2, KO Ludi with Hurricane, swap Toge into Basculegion, which gets Thunder Punch. Turn 3, go to KO Blaziken. Well, hold on, what comes in after Ludi? Ooh, actually, you know what? Thunder Punch, into Torterra. It's Brave Bird. Excadrill baits Close Combat. Basculegion baits Thunder Punch. Can we just lock down Blaziken? Like, not quite, because there's still the whole right side of the field. But, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. We can always lock down Blaziken. Yeah, buddy. I kind of want to, like... Because, like, assuming we kill Ludicolo on the turn Basculegion's out. It would be the turn Basculegion's out. The annoying thing then becomes... Yeah, no, Salamence... We would have to pre-damage so that Salamence comes in. But, like, Brave Bird is 63%. Hurricane is 67%. So as long as we pre-damaged Basculegion enough... Because I'm looking at, like, Heliolisk. Okay. Here. I'm going to copy my line and paste it down here to just... So that way I don't, like, you know... So opens with Blazing Ludi, opens with Toge and King, use Spiky Shield, use Hurricane on, and notably, because this fight starts with Blaziken doing a CC into Togedemaru Shield, that does mean that we do get the chip damage that we need, so we aren't required to use Life Orb. So use Hurricane on Ludi. Swap Toge to Basque. KO Ludi with Hurricane. And thankfully, Hurricane against Ludicolo without a damage boosting item never kills on a crit. It's always exactly a 2-hit KO. Okay. So... let's assume Basculegion is currently on the board to tank that close combat. We could guarantee to be Thunder, Bates Weather Ball. I'm kind of thinking like we can kind of alternate back and forth between these boys. Because, like, as long as we swap between Excadrill and Basculin, we would need to... Good. Close Combat is the #1 move on Blaziken's list, so it means it does have 8 uses of it. Yeah, no, I think we kind of have a really dumb lock figured out, maybe. So if we don't pre-damage Basculegion, we bait in Heliolisk. Always guaranteed. No, we don't, actually. Because Superpower shows fast kill into Heliolisk because of Swift Swim boost. So we'd bait in Metagross doing Thunder Punch. At that point, we would need to pre-damage unless, yeah, we'd bait in Metagross doing Thunder Punch, which like swap into Excadrill, then goes for Meteor Mash. At that point, we would start taking damage, and as soon as we take more than a couple hits, Blaziken starts shifting up the meta. So, that being said, chat, I'm going to put on music that doesn't loop so short, and then I'm actually going to run to the restroom real quick. So, let me just... down to here. And I will be back in just a minute. All right, chat, I'm back. Okay. So, assuming we're in a situation, Kingdra, Basculegion. Yeah, okay, because I don't think Heliolisk would come in because Basculegion is showing it a fast kill. To get... Because Heliolisk is really annoying. Oh, but we can't attack with Basculegion is the problem. Because after a single turn of speed boost, yeah, Blaziken becomes faster than Kingdra. So we can't, like, do a cheeky little double kill. Okay. So... yeah. At that rate... I mean, the Salamence does do more damage to Basculegion than Basculegion does to Salamence. Right, it would be Metagross. That's so annoying. Oh, that's so frustrating if Basculegion was just like a little tankier. Because I don't think... Ooh! Oh, that grinds my gears. Because I'm like, oh, if we could show Metagross a fast kill, like, that'd be awesome. But we can't. It's so frustrating. Literally 1 damage off. We can't even do the April special of saying, haha, what if we used a heart scale, because we're already at 31 attack. And I'm not going to say, like, oh, well, clearly now here is the opportunity to give Basculegion 3 heart scales to make it adamant. So the alternative would be to pre-damage Basculegion enough to show kill to Hurricane on Salamence. Because 67%, top end to 63%, we would be able to successfully continue baiting Thunder Punch on Blaziken. Oh shit, Basculegion can murk Blaziken. God, it is a shame this thing has speed boost. That actually would be... Well, no, we probably don't want a double kill, TBH. Getting a double kill is actually pretty untenable. You want to make sure that you can handle these things, like, in phases. I'm pretty sure the last thing on their team with Fake Out is Blastoise Goat. So we'll skip Heliolisk. Okay. Because, like, we don't actually need to worry about what attack Salamence is clicking. So, like, then in would come Excadrill on that Thunder Punch, now baiting close combat. Excadrill, assuming we killed Salamence, would show Weather Ball kill to Heliolisk. Notably, not a fast kill. So, that's good. Because also, I assume we need... yeah, Ground Gem on Excadrill. Unless... could we do it with Life Orb? Nah. We have a very silly thing we're doing with Excadrill to lock down Metagross, where we want to be holding a Ground Gem so it sees that we have a fast kill on it, so it clicks Bullet Punch instead of any of its more damaging moves. Because at that point now it only has a chance to click something other than Bullet Punch if it sees a killing roll. And even then, that's only a 1 in 10 chance that it would go for that, so pretty safe way to navigate around it. So, like, in comes Heliolisk clicking Weather Ball into Basculegion. At this point, we would kill Gyarados, I think. Or not Gyarados, what? Blaziken? Cause... yeah. Weather Ball. Because Weather Ball, if we pre-damage down to 67, Weather Ball would knock us low enough to, like, proc a Citrus Berry. And then we can kill it with Superpower, actually. But we would need to kill Blaziken first, or have a way to lock Blaziken down. And that is the issue. So, let's assume we're doing the world where we pre-damage Basculegion enough to bait in Salamence. Salamence has Intimidate, Flying Gem. Thankfully, it doesn't matter that it Salamence has Intimidate. Did not consider that. Hold on. Because we swap to Basculegion, then we KO Ludicolo with Hurricane. So Basculegion, thank you, wife, will be on the field, which means that Basculegion isn't showing a kill to, wait. Hold on, I'm stupid. Okay. Basculegion's on the field. We KO Ludicolo with Hurricane. Salamence comes in, gets an Intimidate off on Basculegion. This doesn't affect anything. Okay, so Equip King Growth Never Melt Ice. Pre-damage. Bask to... Because we don't actually need to pre-damage low enough to show a kill to Hurricane, or to, like, yeah, bait hits. We just need to, like, show it a kill. So we only need to pre-damage to 199. At that point, Salamence comes in. Blaziken is going to click Thunder Punch. Swap to Excadrill with Ground Gem. Okay. KO Ludi with Hurricane. So it would be swap to Blaze and Sala. Should have brought a Salamence. I am wondering if this is an opportunity to evolve Mudkip into Swampert. Like, hold on. I'm going to create a level 54 and 55. Marsh Stomp. Put you in box 2. And Swampert. Not Swamp Turt. Oops. Making sure to level them up so that way we actually know what their, like, levels would be. 'Cause, like, if we can show a kill to close combat on Blaziken, swap in on Thunder Punch. Like, it's easy to show kill to Grass Knot. Swampert could be some really solid tech in this fight. It'd be hard to justify, because Marsh Stomp is also Water Ground. So we might only need to go to Marsh Stomp for the type check. Yeah, and then just level up a couple more times to not show anything to Brave Bird. Well, actually, that wouldn't matter, because we're clicking Protect. It's like Blaziken's going for Thunder Punch. Swap into Swampert. In comes Heliolisk that goes for Grass Knot. Assuming we do a little bit of leveling to get us out of Weather Ball range. 56. 57, probably. Yeah. 57 means we're always showing it to CC, never to Bravebird. I'm actually going to look at Swampert real quick. I don't think there's anything it can learn at this point. Like, Marsh Stomp. Yeah, you stop learning moves in your 50s. And Swampert. Yeah, we are officially beyond the level. It could learn Hydro Pump at 56, and that's it. I don't think our Mudkip has Earthquake. It's not. Yeah. So this thing has a permanently fucked move list, but that's kind of fine. Because, like, we're just using it for Protect, basically. Sorry, I'm cleaning up my thing here real quick. So if we used Marsh Stomp instead of Excadrill, show it to CC, show it to Grass Knot. So it's actually, we probably only need to worry about not showing Heliolisk Weather Ball, because it kind of doesn't matter what move Blaziken clicks into Swampert if it's the turn we kill it. Question is, who are we bringing in to kill Heliolisk, right? Because Kingdra sure as shit can't do it. Or do we just let Blaziken continue existing? Like, let's assume we have Marsh Stomp. In comes Heliolisk. We use Protect. It's going for Grass Knot, which isn't great. For obvious reasons. So we wouldn't want to swap into that. Where's our other ghost? Dhelmise kind of fights Heliolisk alright. We could swap Togedemaru into Grass Knot. Togedemaru, notably a thing that has Fake Out, a thing that has Spiky Shield. And Grass Knot, despite being a special attack, is a contact move. So it would chip Heliolisk, but we don't have anything to follow up to secure the KO. Okay. So here, I'm gonna start typing up a little more. Swap to Blaziken and Salamence. Swap Basque to Marsh. This music sounds like when you accidentally sit on the fast forward button. OHKO Sallow with I-Beam. Swap to Laz and Healy. OHKO Blaz with... Not OHKO technically, it's just KO. KO Blaz with Octazooka. Yeah, we need to use Protect. Because Blaziken does get to act this turn, it is faster than all of us at this point. So KO Blast with Octazooka. Use Protect. So at that point, notably, this would be Kingdra in slot 1. So at this point, Helioptile's on the field. So things that are coming in are looking at Kingdra. Okay. So it would just be Metagross. Zen Headbutt. Likely to be the move it would throw into Marsh Stomp. It's like, at this point, do we just rely on 3-hit KOing Heliolisk? No way, right? But how do we actually kill it? We need 2 turns. So... it's like Basculegion can outspeed and KO Heliolisk if it got a free swap in, but it shows kills to too many things. Theoretically, we can keep Basculegion safe because of Swift Swim. We just need to make sure that everything sees fast kills into Basculegion's partner. To, like, bring it in, get superpower off on Heliolisk. Let me look at something. 7, 56, 5. Okay. Although theoretically, does it matter if we're showing Grass Knot or Weather Ball? I'm just trying to think about, like, how low do I need to get Marshstomp's HP to make sure that we're always baiting Metagross, and I don't think there is a Goldilocks zone where we can guarantee know what we're getting attacks targeting. Because, like... yeah, you're gonna go for Grass Knot into it. Then Metagross would go for Zen Headbutt into it. Does Steel resist Psychic? I feel like it might. Yeah, we need to be able to get rid of Heliolisk. But then we're stuck dealing with Blastoise. So, Hannah, if you're still here, what's the spin cycle for how you, like, deal with Metagross? Where it's, like, Intimidate Gyarados, Ground Gem, Excadrill, and something else? Like, if you're going for Grass Knot... actually does less into Excadrill than I thought it would. Credit where it's due. I mean, I suppose there's also theoretically a world where I just let Maisie tank a Thunder Punch from Mega Blaziken and we don't even bother with Marsh Stomp? Like, Maisie's never dying to critical hit Thunder Punch. We even have the luxury of being able to level her up a bit if we need to. And it's like, then we have both Fake Out and Spiky Shield online. Maisie will definitely show a kill to Heliolisk for either Thunder or Weather Ball. But yeah, like... And Maisie taking a Thunder Punch from Blaziken would definitely drop its HP low enough for it to be drawing in kills from Heliolisk. So it could Spiky Shield, Kingdra knocks it out. And at that point, Metagross and Heliolisk, it's kind of hard to guarantee the HP value we'd be at. Because, like, Toge comes in, clicks Spiky Shield. In comes Metagross. Well, that's if we kill Blaziken. Notably. We kind of... Where it's like, they see fast kills on Toge. So theoretically, I could actually safely swap Kingdra out for Basculegion and then get the superpower kill on Heliolisk? Like, at some point Blaziken has to die is the problem. But yeah, okay, so it would be swap Basculegion to Marshtomp, so it would instead be swap Basculegion to Toge. Chaos Elements with Ice Beam. Togedemaru gets decked by Thunder Punch. In comes Heliolisk. I believe. Yeah, because we're still plinking off the same one half of the field. Swap Bask to Toge, OHKO. Okay. So let's look at this kind of stupid. So, currently, in this line of logic, we are not using Marsh Stomp. We have KO'd Ludicolo. In comes Salamence. Blaziken is only seeing Thunder Punch kill on Basculegion. We swap to Togedemaru. Thunder Punch always does 54.1%. So what I could do is pre-damage Toge. Like... because Togedemaru comes in on the turn we KO Salamence. So Fake Out is online, we're looking at Helioptile, which we cannot KO, and Blaziken, who we can KO but not quickly. So it would be Togedemaru clicks Spiky Shield. We swap Kingdra to Basculegion. They're still both going to target Toge. Blaziken could see fast kill on Basculegion because of speed boost. Glad I caught that. Yeah. So we would need to stay in and KO Blaziken. But as long as we can show them nothing but fast kills on Toge while Bascu is like really fast, we can swap Kingdra for Basculegion to KO Heliolisk, right? The annoying thing is Heliolisk's Focus Sash, but theoretically, as long as we can keep stalling, I would need something that takes literally all of its hits incredibly well. Just like Torterra. Because, yeah, we're either getting Thunder or Weather Ball into Togedemaru. So Kingdra stays in, KOs Blaziken. At this point, yeah, all it needs is +1. Oh, how he frustrates me. Man, Basculegion, why couldn't you be an ounce stronger? I suppose we could theoretically. If we leveled up Basculegion using one of our rare candies. We still don't show Metagross a kill? That doesn't make sense. What? Why not? $94, 106, 94, what? I guess there's a threshold of stat points you need to actually, like, tick an attack over into doing more damage. Stat calculation's weird. Yeah, never mind. We would need to pump 2 rare candies into Basculegion, which would not be worth it. I could also see if there's a version of this that works with Delmise instead, but probably not, right? You can't blank a Brave Bird. Just let Blaziken KO itself on something. Okay, so at this point, it is a Togedemaru without Spiky Shield against Helioptile or Heliolisk and Metagross. You know? Require way too much investment. I'm wondering if we can, like, make it so that Excadrill has enough bulk to not show Kill to Weather Ball. But it seems like it doesn't. Like, who do we have? God, Excadrill, you're so cool. Damn, Garchomp, your Earthquake does not do as much as I thought it would. Not even with a ground gem. 185 to Excadrill's 171. Why does Excadrill do so much more with It's high horsepower. That's why. Well, I'm glad we kept that. Yeah, because single target. So the nice thing is that everything is definitely attacking into the Togedemaru slot at this point. The downside is that it's like, we know that we're not getting hit by Grass Knot. And... okay, the frustrating thing is we kind of actually can't guarantee what we are or aren't getting hit by. Because I could double switch, knowing that the attack is going into the Toge slot. At this point, Basque Legion is fast, so as long as we show them slow kills. But how do we get that chip in on Heliolisk? Like, if we can get it to Grass Knot into Togedemaru. Because, yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, how low we need Toge's HP to guarantee that it's getting hit by Zen Headbutt. Because we can definitely pre-damage a bit. It won't take that much. Literally just, like, 41 plus 45 is 86.8, 0.2... 87. So you need to pre-damage Togedemaru by 13%, and then we're showing potentially random move. Like, that's kind of the problem. Because we want to make sure we're not showing Heliolisk Hyper Voice. Hisuian Electrode dies to Zen Headbutt. It's like I can almost say that I could safely swap in Basque Legion, but I can't. Assault Vest just makes this thing so bulky. I'm off to sleep. Thanks for the stream. Well, thanks for hanging out, Rob Ross. Sorry, Rob Boss, but... Actually... yeah, Garchomp with Ground Gem could cheese Metagross the way Excadrill does. Because even if Earthquake is a spread move that doesn't actually show one-hit KO, all of Metagross's attacks are contact moves, so they would chip. Yeah, okay. I just need a thing. that, like, guaranteed doesn't die to anything. Steelix blanks Metagross functionally, but dies to Weather Ball. Because Toge could absolutely get hit by Thunder, otherwise I would say, oh, this is a perfect time for Gyarados. Although I could swap Gyarados in on the left slot. It wouldn't be able to kill anything, but it would bait Thunder off of Heliolisk, which we could swap into a ground type. Like... Because what does Gyarados do to the field? Yeah, shock of all shocks. We have a lot of guys who died of this Heliolisk. I mean, if we dropped Heliolisk's speed... Lucario can obliterate it, if given the opportunity. This could Hitmonchan, but Hitmonchan definitely dies to Metagross. There's just like no way that Kingdra could quick kill either of these guys. Best we could hope for is a 3-hit KO with Dragon Pulse. Could teach Kingdra flip turn. Okay, no, it's like... So just keep running into the issue of, like, Heliolisk's Focus Sash. Because we could definitely get it with Superpower, but... like, we can probably find something that lives both sets of hits. It's either going to be Zen Headbutt or Thunder Punch. Truly, if only we had Crocodile, right? I suppose I could just also see, like, at another way of getting around Blaziken, but I don't. Wondering if I could do anything crazy with Garchomp instead of Kingdra, like turn 1 Bulldoze, but even without speed boost, Blaziken is faster than us. There is also the option where I just send in a sack, right? Like, if I were to send in a sacrifice, get whatever I want in on the left slot, get Togedemaru back in for free. Like, what could Perish Song do here? And the answer is I don't think anything. Eldegoss could very easily die from getting double hit. Okay, what happens if instead of Togedemaru, we swap Excadrill in on Blaziken Thunder Punch? Because that's when we KO... Or wait. So it's Blaziken and Salamence. It's Blaziken and Helioptile. Use Protect, KO Blaziken. I really wasn't expecting Heliolisk to be the devil in this fight. Because, like, Blaziken sees a close combat KO on Excadrill. We KO Salamence. Against Excadrill is probably going to be Heliolisk, because Heliolisk sees a fast KO with Weather Ball. At that point, it's Weather Ball and close combat. Both attacks are going to go off, that's for sure. Basculegion doesn't take a lot from Weather Ball, and obviously Blink CC. Comes in, we kill Blaziken. Right, Metagross then sees kill on Bascu, though. Especially because Bascu will be pre-damaged, so that could be something, actually. Yeah, we're always baiting Thunder Punch. And we're always baiting Thunder. Which is a free swap back to Excadrill. At that point... Oh, okay, I think maybe I figured out the loop. Hold on. Okay. So... Basculegion won't have taken any damage at this point. It'll be at 199 HP. It will, however, take at least 51. Okay, hold on. 199 minus 51 is 148. That is not enough to proc a berry. So what's 252 divided by 2 is at 126. Plus 51 is 177. So that way Weather Ball would always proc Citrus Berry. It would probably also always show specifically Thunder Punch to Metagross, right? So, hold on, let's assume 177... We get hit by critical hit, high roll Weather Ball is 90. Drops us to 87. 87 or 252 divided by 4 is 63. Plus 87 is 150. Never goes for Zen Headbutt, always goes for Thunder Punch. So that means we would have 2 electric attacks going in. Yeah, I think this is how I get Excadrill in, right? So, hold on. Pre-damage. Bask. So if Basculegion went to 177, just confirming, we still never show Brave Bird to Blaziken. Nothing changes there. Okay, so swap Bask to Exca to tank the Thunder Punch. Chaos Elements with Ice Beam. In comes Helioptile, who will see a kill on Excadrill with Weather Ball. We need to pre-damage Excadrill to 124. Pre-damage Exa or Exca to 214 HP. Yeah, so at that rate, we're always showing it Weather Ball. And showing Blaziken close combat. Which is then a free swap back to Basculegion. Hold on. So in comes Helioptile. KO Blaz with Octazooka. Swap. Exca to Bask. KO Blaz with Octazooka. Okay, so Basculegion is on the field now. There's no Basculegion and Kingdra against Heliolisk and Metagross. We are showing kills to both of them with specifically electric moves. And then if we can get in Excadrill against Metagross, that will turn Metagross into a bullet punch machine, which is a useful tool that'll help us later. Authentically wondering. Hitmonchan, it is such a shame that you are slower than Metagross. And you're slower than Heliolisk. Okay, fair enough. Although with Black Belt, Yeah, Hitmonchan could do the fake out into Mach Punch combo. Unfortunately, if we show a kill to Metagross, like if Metagross sees a fast kill on something, it does still have a, I don't even think it needs to be a fast kill. I think it just, if it sees a kill on something, it still has a 1 in 10 chance to use it. So, yeah. Okay, so swap to Meta and Healy. Swap Bask to Exca. So Excadrill comes in for free. With Ground Gem. Ground Gem. Okay. So now the question is, who do we swap Kingdra to? Kingdra swap is absolutely free at this point. We get to get in whatever we want. So the goal would ideally be to get in something that can kill Heliolisk. I wonder. We could turn Hitmonchan into the goat. No. Because I don't think that would work still. Okay. Who can 2-hit KO Heliolisk? Like, we can't make it Basculegion because we'd be showing Metagross a kill. Because Metagross can't kill Excadrill. And Helioptile could still absolutely see a kill on Basculin. Or Basculegion. And it would go for the fast kill on Excadrill is the thing. But there is a chance that Metagross, instead of going for Bullet Punch, goes for Thunder Punch. So that wouldn't work. Like, the problem with incorporating Gyarados is then we're just showing fast kill to both of our guys against Heliolisk, so it's actually impossible to get around it. Would be kind of funny to go for Scale Shot. Okay. Torterra could 2-hit KO Heliolisk. Takes in amount from Bullet Punch, but... Could also do something cheeky like Volt Switch Hisuian Electrode. But I can't get... No, because I can't rely on Basculegion to get the kill. Because Garchomp could kill it. We'd need to get in... Oh, it'd be a 2-turn KO. Have to remember it's 2 turns. Though notably, we can get it in 2 turns with Dragon Claw. Like, I don't currently have anything on the field with Levitate. But I think I can swap back and forth between Excadrill and Gyarados, can't I? I think this is actually where I incorporate Gyarados. Because Helioptile, or Heliolisk is going for Weather Ball. Gyarados takes 25%. Gyarados gets off and Intimidate, notably. Though even after the attack drop, we're definitely showing Thunder Punch kill to Metagross. Which lets us... Yeah, and then... So we're showing Thunder Punch kill, we're showing regular Thunder kill, and if we swap in Garchomp, we are safe to use Bulldoze, which would drop Heliolisk's speed and let us KO it with Dragon Claw. And then it's a... On the Dragon Claw kill turn, it's a free swap back to Exca, who's still showing Metagross that fast kill. So swap Bask to Exca, swap King to Gark. Question is, could I get the double KO? Like, could I wipe them both off the map at the same time? Because we can 2-hit KO Metagross with Earthquake. So we might actually, yeah, if we don't worry about dropping Heliolisk's speed... Earthquake, turn 1, we know we don't kill it because of Focus Sash. Cuts Metagross's HP in half. That's the turn we swap to Gyarados. They both attack into the Gyarados slot. Could blanket turn by, like, Iron Head? I don't know. Because it's like, I feel like Rain Dish, Leftovers, Fake Out, Protect. I feel like we're kind of just playing it by ear by the time Blastoise comes in. Unless we don't use Garchomp and instead use like Roserade, but Roserade probably shows kill to, yeah, Zen Headbutt. Like, yeah, Muddy Water's a spread move. I would need a way to get Roserade on their field. Because, like, if we're not showing a kill to anything, it would go for Fake Out, and that's a free swap to Rose, but... I suppose we could also just kind of let Heliolisk exist on the field for a minute, but... The more swaps we make to Gyarados, the more damage we take, the more likely we are to be in a situation where Heliolisk clicks something other than Thunder. Yeah. Terrain Pulse, actually. Okay. If we KO Heliolisk, we can get a combination fast kill Terrain Pulse plus Thunder Punch into Gyarados slot, which is then free swap back into Excadrill. Okay. So yeah, we do the Bulldoze strat, because then Gyarados only has to take one Weather Ball, plus maybe a Bullet Punch or two. And at that point, like, Garchomp getting off like a Dragon Claw. You get out Excadrill. where things get kind of awkward, though, because Excadrill... Yeah, doesn't really show anything. Ooh. Also have to note Metagross's stats cannot be lowered. Hey, Newt. We are currently calcing Bridge Rival. I think we've almost got it. Not quite, but we are getting there. I think the thing that's currently stumping us is the ending board state. Okay, actually, if I get the double KO, then Blastoise comes in on a turn Gyarados is out, goes for Terrain Pulse, free swap into Exca, Dragon Claw, like... Yeah. Or theoretically, actually, free swap into Togedemaru. Hell yeah, I just finished up CRR. Oh, that's some funny little parallels. It's like I'm so almost there. I've so almost got it. Okay, so swap Bask to Excadrill. Swap Kingdra to Garchomp. Swap Exca to Gyare. Use Earthquake. And then, like... Yeah, Earthquake plus Iron Head. We have to make sure that we don't kill Metagross too soon, I think. I wonder, Kingdra, can you learn Thunder? Blizzard, Hidden Power, Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Natural Gifts to your power. No, you cannot. Because... Or... Well... If we give it Soft Sand... Bulldoze into Earthquake... It's not guaranteed... But it's incredibly likely. Because I'm just trying to think about, like, how to save the most damage on Gyarados as possible. Garchomp can 3-hit KO Blastoise. I mean, 50, 40, 60. We could theoretically give Garchomp Life Orb, but if we take any bullet punches from Metagross, things get weird. Even if we are dropping its attack stat. Garchomp, can you learn any weird moves to deal with Blastoise? Not really. Because I'm just thinking about how much this Blastoise regens every turn. Like, is Rain Dish... Hold on. Feels 1/16th, yeah. So Blastoise is getting back an eighth of its max HP every turn. It has Protect, which I imagine has enhanced usage priority. If it's not seeing a kill. If the Iamon is first, sorry, banger alert. Okay. It's like Soft Sand would do it. Well, it wouldn't do it. It'd very likely do it. 122 plus 74 is 196. It has 199 HP. Yeah, as long as I don't min roll on my Earthquake hit. And then min roll Bulldoze. Though Bulldoze, there's technically a few ranges where if we got min roll Earthquake. Also, there's theoretically a world where critical hit Earthquake. Oh, that's actually fine. Of course, my brain thinks of its favorite option. That would fix it. Shock of all shocks. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do we make sure we get rid of this Blastoise safely? Because the highest damage move, it's like, we kind of lose the ability to bait kills on it pretty quick. We can definitely do an amount of damage to it, but we'd need 3 turns at least, or 3 hits. It's going for Terrain Pulse into Gyarados. Like... It would cost us Excadrill's Ground Gem. Yeah, because Life Orb won't show that thing the kills we want to show it. Another option would be figure out a way to get a little chip damage in on Mega Blaziken that doesn't require having it punch into Togedemaru. But that's pretty difficult. And the alternative is give Kingdra Life Orb. Which, I mean, we can look at the current situation, but close combat alone means that Kingdra's second attack has to be into Blaziken, and it's not. So yeah, Kingdra definitely can't Life Orb for this fight. We could also... Wise Glasses beats Blaziken. Doesn't guarantee beat Salamence. There's actually 3 rolls that don't. Like... The only way we could do it that covers both options and doesn't require Togedemaru for Spiky Shield. And doesn't require Life Orb is to use a Heart Scale. Because, like, if we just had one more team slot, we could get Roserade in against Blastoise and nuke it from orbit with Leaf Storm. Also, I don't know if I actually, like, thanked you for the sub, Newt, but thank you for the sub. Because, like, okay. You're going for Terrain Pulse into Gyarados, which is a free swap into Excadrill. Then we're definitely baiting Muddy Water. And there's issues with Muddy Water, right? Where it's just like, okay, if it goes for Muddy Water, if it crits into Garchomp, that could be dangerous depending on if Metagross threw 1 to 2 bullet punches into Garchomp. There's also, of course, the risk of accuracy drop. Like, we could get Kingdra in on Terrain Pulse. Definitely takes a bit, but not that much. It's like Dragon Pulse plus 2 Dragon Claws. Like, Dragon Fang knocks the damage up to 41%. But if it gets off like a double protect, we're kind of screwed. We're not screwed, but like we could be screwed. Excadrill is slower. If it's so fucking annoying. Why does maxing Excadrill's speed make it faster? I mean, when it goes for Terrain Pulse, so I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, I could click Bulldoze instead of Earthquake, but then I need to make sure that the thing we're swapping into can take the hit. I could swap to Togedemaru on Terrain Pulse. As long as we're pre-damaged enough, we do probably show it a fast kill on Muddy Water, which we can fake out. That's not too bad. Because at that point, we, like, Togedemaru can be at full HP. For Blaziken and all that. We just need to do enough pre-damage to have any Terrain Pulse roll show kill with Muddy Water so it doesn't go for Protect. Which is most of them. And that opens it up for Garchomp to hit it with, like, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, because Togedemaru can Spiky Shield after using Fake Out. That'd do it. I think that works. So, swap X, go to Gyarados. I suppose it just gets kind of dubious if, like, Metagross swings into Garchomp with Bullet Punch more than once and, like, crits at an inopportune moment. But thankfully, the first turn it goes for Bullet Punch, it does suffer Intimidate attack drop. Because, like, yeah, it'd need to be, like, a critical hit, high roll Bullet Punch. It would need to crit twice. And we could give Garchomp a citrus berry instead of soft sand. Because, like, Muddy Water literally procs at exactly half HP. So for us to get low enough to proc Muddy Water, or to have a chance of baiting Muddy Water, we would have to first proc a citrus berry. Because citrus berry 51% means we're definitely 2-hit KOing Metagross. We also have, like, Iron Head. It means that Gyarados is taking 2 Weather Balls. But I think as long as we give it a citrus berry, yeah, that's doing a max of, what, 37? So that's 60, 74%, healed by 25, yeah. Never getting low enough to show Muddy Water. Earthquake's never killing Metagross turn 1. You know what? I don't... No, I do need to get the simultaneous kill. Bulldoze, Dragonclaw, Earthquake. Hold on. 102 plus 62 plus 27. It's 191, 199 HP. I feel like we're right on the cusp. Because I'm thinking, like, we want to make sure that we don't kill... I would like to ideally... Because if Metagross does too much damage to Garchomp, we could also run into a situation where Heliolisk goes to kill Garchomp. Vis-a-vis Weather Ball. And Heliolisk would outspeed. I think I would prefer to be able to, like, Bulldoze, Dragonclaw, Metagross, Earthquake. But I'm wondering, because I'm thinking about, like, the Citrus Berry line, right? Yeah, I don't think I can do the Citrus Berry line. Simply for the sake of, like, Garchomp needs to get the extra damage in. So, if we give it a Dragon Fang. Because what attack has it? I suppose there's also the question if Metagross comes in the first slot. I actually don't know if Metagross benefits from the double battle, like Spread Bug, or not. Because I don't know which slot it would come in on. Presumably slot 1, right? But yeah, that still doesn't get the KO. Frustrating. I think. Okay, hold on. So lowest roll is 27, this is 33, so add 6, 197. I think that's a safe enough margin for error. We need like 2 extra HP. Because the reason I want to get Bulldoze off is to make Heliolisk slower than Garchomp, so that way Garchomp can sweep it up with Earthquake, and Gyarados doesn't get hit by the second Weather Ball. And it's like, Metagross dies if it hits Gyarados with a Bullet Punch, because... Or not Gyarados, Garchomp with a Bullet Punch, because Rough Skin. We're definitely never killing it early. think it's really funny how we have a core of 3 guys for the first half of the fight and a core of 3 guys for the second half of the fight. But yeah. Because we want to make sure that Garchomp has as much extra damage as possible for fighting Blastoise. Because, like, theoretically, Blastoise is only ever getting 2 ticks of healing, so that's an extender on a quarter of its max HP. It basically has a Citrus Berry. And, like, 2 Dragon Claw, or 3 Dragon Claws, plus Fake Out. Or actually, yeah, it would be nothing but Dragon Claws, because Earthquake has lower potential damage. And this is assuming low roll Dragon Claw. And even then, Earthquake, yeah, we get like 4 hits in. We get Dragon Claw on the Terrain Pulse turn, in comes Togedemaru. We get Dragon Claw on the Fake Out turn, Dragon Claw on the Spiky Shield turn. And given at that point, it'll have used a Muddy Water. Hannah's gonna get mad at me, but I am considering... It's like... I think maxing Garchomp's attack stat would do it for sure. Also, give me just a minute, chat. I do need to use the restroom again, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes. let's take a look at the math. So with an IV 13, so Blastoise would get regen turn 1 and turn 2. 200 HP I think makes this really easy. It's just 25, like, divide by 8. Yeah, okay, so it functionally has 250 HP. So we need to meet 250. 8, 16, 24. Okay, I think we can do it with Dragon Fang. I don't think we need to use the scale. Because 82 times 3 is 146. And we're getting off at least one fake out from Togedemaru that does 12 damage. So, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna message Hannah. I bugged her in DMs while I was on my restroom break. Okay. Which means the only real risk is Garchomp and Metagross. Because the only time I would take the second Bullet Punch guaranteed safe. It's like the line runs into trouble if we get double crit. Though actually, because Gyarados will be out. Gyarados is slower than Blastoise, so Blastoise sees a fast KO on Gyarados with Terrain Pulse, and potentially a slow KO on Garchomp with Muddy Water. It'd always go for the fast KO. We swap to Togedemaru, it still continues to see, well, at that point, it would be the turn it gets faked out. So I think we're fine. I think Citrus Berry actually doesn't do anything for us, because Heliolisk is never attacking into Garchomp. The first time we get hit by Bullet Punch is the turn we use Bulldoze. Or it would be the turn we use Earthquake. So the thought process I'm having here, right, is not dropping... Ooh, or wait, no, I would need to drop Heliolisk's speed, I think. Well, no. No, I wouldn't need to. It would just mean that Gyarados gets hit by 2 Weather Balls, but that's fine. Potentially 2 Weather Balls and 2 Bullet Punches? Yeah. That should be fine. Because what? 42? Okay, let me do some math real quick. Let me do some worst case scenario math. So, Gyarados, 204 divided by 4 is going to be 51. So, 51 plus 204 is 55. So let's assume we take 2 critical hit Bullet Punches, so 34, 34, and 2 critical hit Weather Balls, which is 76. 35. Yeah, okay, Muddy Water would still see a KO with that. The odds of that happening are so astronomically low, but... Yeah, that would require 4 crits, plus 2 coin flips, and they would all need to be high rolls. Okay. So it would be Garchomp, turn 1, Earthquake, to break Heliolisk's Sash, and do... Critical hit Earthquake does too much into Metagross. I think I need to go for Bulldoze. It's like... Ugh. I don't like it. What slot is Metagross in, actually? Because that could affect things. Metagross is in slot 1, so that's... Is slot 1 or slot 2 all... Sorry, does slot 1 or slot 2 always take reduced damage from spread moves in doubles? I suppose it doesn't matter, actually, because slot 1, we'd hit Metagross first anyways. So it actually wouldn't change anything. Okay, yeah. Okay, this damage range is making me so nervous. Because, like... Soft Sand, high end's 45, minimum's 38. And those sort of, yeah, we need Dragon Fang to be able to kill Blastoise. Like, we have it. We so have it. It's like... But it's like, the problem is that it's 4 of the rolls on Dragon Fang. I think only 1 of the rolls on Earthquake. Hold on. 102 plus 62 plus 33. Yeah. So as long as we don't min roll an Earthquake, we're fine. And then it's 3 ranges on Bulldoze, 4 ranges on Dragon Claw. I mean, it would kill itself on Togedemaru if it hit it with a Thunder Punch, but... Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'm sorry, chat. I need to take a second. I'll be a little quiet. I need to ask Hannah in Discord because I need her expert opinion. Risk the fight. We hit Metagross with 3 attacks. If we hit low, roll on EQ for lowest rolls on D-Claw and 3 lowest rolls on I think I'm really overcomplicating this. We don't kill meta. Is this an acceptable risk tolerance? This isn't an issue if meta hits Gar with butt punch. So 2 coin flips plus a bunch of low rolls. I'm sure it's fine. Because, like, otherwise I would just risk the 4 potential crits on Gyarados, but if Garchomp crits turn 1, kills Metagross, brings in Blastoise too soon, that becomes a whole fucking thing. And we don't want to deal with that whole fucking thing. Trying to think. We could also maybe, like, level up Togedemaru a bit. Well, no, because we need to be able to show Blastoise Muddy Water kills, so that way it doesn't click Protect. So any amount that we boost Togedemaru by, we would have to reduce its max HP by, anyways. Oh yeah, you know what? I can actually calculate this. Okay. So I'm gonna get... So first, 1 divided by 16. So we have 0.065... Sorry, 625 times 4 divided by 16 is 0.25. Times 3 divided by 16. So by 0.1875 times 0.5 times 0.5. Okay, those odds are pretty low. Because, like, that's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance, I think. Risk of failure means, think we ever... It's for helioptile and to avoid killing meta T1 on EQ crit. Hannah's making sure that I'm not like using bulldoze specifically to drop metagross speed. Like, because okay, the worst case scenario here. We fail to kill metagross. It means Garchomp is still clicking Dragon Claw into Blastoise, because Metagross is still going to Thunder Punch Gyarados slot. We do also have to note that Metagross will be at, like, multiple attack minuses. Like, it'll be at -2 attack. So as long as it doesn't crit Togedemaru, we're fine, I think. Because it's like, yeah, then, okay, so let's assume Togedemaru, like, dies to crit. We then just bring in Basculegion, who shows Blastoise a kill with Terrain Pulse. Like, maybe not every time, but... 177. Makes it that over half rolls show it. That's true. Meta can't be intimed. Okay. Yeah. We weren't relying on intimidating it, mind you, Hannah. Although that does mean... thanks for the stream, April. It was nice to finally catch one again to feel the prog hitting. That is A-okay. Thanks for hanging out, Jamie. Oh, shit. May. Sorry. Oh, there's been a minute. Banned. I have been banned, sent to jail. Look, if I'm lucky, if we're already, like, logged off. See, now, remembering that we can't actually intim Metagross does make me a little more nervous. It would need to attack Garchomp twice, and it would need to crit and high roll. Like, it's not that big a deal. Should be fine. There's just like, there are just enough flaws, or like, not even flaws, just like little pain points in this calc to like make my teeth itch. I think, I mean, like, because I did get Hannah's permission to be like, if you need to, maxing Varley's attack is not a bad use of a heart scale, because we are going to use this thing for the rest of the game. I am actually thinking about maxing HP, because maxing HP means that, like, 26%, or sorry, 56%, like, even 2 critical hit bullet punches is only, like, very unlikely chance to show us Muddy Water into Blastoise. And I don't hate that. Because making Garchomp more bulky is not an awful idea. Because, okay, yeah, because we need, like, Dragon Fang is a significantly greater damage booster than, maxing our attack stat. Because it's like, Metagross gets off 2 bullet punches. It's fine if one of them goes into Garchomp. It gets dangerous if both go into Garchomp. Because it's like, if one of them crits. So... that's like a 0.0625 times. So that's crit odds, and then the odds that both attacks go into Garchomp, which is 0.25. So that is like a 1% chance, like a 1.5%, which isn't nothing. Though it would still require them to like, it would require both of those attacks to be high rolls though. Because it's like 20.6%, 30.7%. Like, we just need to be above 109. And like, we're never at worry with Heliolisk. Hannah, is it... Okay. So we've currently used 5 hard scales. Once we finish this fight, we get some level ups. We can go back and finally pick up those 2 that we haven't gotten. We currently have 2 in our inventories. That would leave us with 4, plus I think we get another 1 or 2 after this fight. It's like we're perfectly safe. As long as Garchomp has Dragon Fang. I don't think it gets... Because, like, okay, we do minimum 41% with Dragon Fang without Dragon Fang, but perfect attack. Yeah, nowhere near enough. Hannah, you still there? Because, like, yeah, heart scale on HP would fix this. Potentially special defense? Special defense is still vulnerable to double crit, which is admittedly less likely. But I think maxed HP would do better. Turn us to 239. So that would be what? 20, be an extra, what, 21 HP? Nothing to scoff at. At this point, I'm tempted to, like, poke the Run and Bun Discord and be like, be like, hey, I know Tate and Liza split is really dangerous. I've used 5 heart scales, but I'm really tempted to use a 6th to make Bridge Rival a little safer. To make Bridge Rival basically guaranteed. Because, like, even then, all the bullet punches have to be high rolls. It's probably so fucking unnecessary, but I can't get it out of my head. Here. So, first things first, swap X with Riera. Use Bulldoze. Swap Yer to Exca. Use Declaw on Meta. Swap Exca to Yer. KO Meta and Healy with Earthquake. Swap to Blast. Use. Swap Yer to Toge. Use D-Claw on Blast. Sorry, not Blast, it is just Blast. Okay, use D-Claw on Blast. Use F out on Blast. Use D-Claw on Blast. Use S Shield. KO Blast with Wait. I'm stupid. I don't think I actually need to worry about this. I completely forgot fast kills. Fast kills are a thing. Yeah, fake out into spiky shield. Yeah, wait. Okay. I think we're fine. Cause Bulldoze means that Heliolisk won't get to act on the turn that we're doing the double KO because Garchomp will be faster. Garchomp gets the KO on the 2 of them. Blastoise comes in. While it could see a kill on Garchomp, it sees a fast kill on Gyarados. That's the thing I have to remember. Is fast kill into Gyarados, in comes Togedemaru. It would go for Muddy Water, but we use Fake Out to stop it from using Muddy Water. Yeah. Garchomp hits it, and then Garchomp kills it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think we're fine, actually. I'm posting this in the Nuzlocke Discord to give someone the opportunity to tell me no, that's actually not how that works, just in case. But yeah. Pretty sure fast kill, there's no modifier for spread moves. Spread. Okay. Yeah, it only has boosted priority for stat reducing moves in double battles. Funky terrain pulse stuff. Uh-oh. Under void. Oh shit. Okay, wait, there's funky terrain pulse stuff on ground immune, guys. Let me see if there is a terrain pulse bug in my run and bun bugs thing. Hold on. If terrain is active and your Pokemon currently has Flying, Levitate, Magnet Rise, the AI calculates terrain pulse as 50 base power for the corresponding terrain. Terrain pulse. Okay. Ooh. All right. I think that's fine. That's still fine after a hint of pre-damage. You for the warning. Okay. So, wait. Calculates terrain pulse. Hold on. Terrain pulse, however, calculates property. Wait. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I need to double check with them. So it calcs damage at 50 BP, but actual damage done is at 25 BP? Or is it the reverse of that? Because this does affect how much we need to pre-damage Togedemaru by. is like... Assuming terrain pulse is 25. 70. Okay. Yeah, because we gotta make sure it's using terrain pulse turn 1. So we would need to do some pre-damage, but not too much pre-damage. But if it calculates damage normally, then we're fine, and we just need to pre-damage Togedemaru enough to make sure that it goes for Muddy Water instead of Fake Out. So... AI does not see expanding force as boosted by terrain if you currently have a flying/levitate/not grounded Pokemon. Okay, hold on. So, power doubles if the user is grounded and terrain is active. It calcs at half damage, but it still does full damage. Okay. When the move is clicked, it does correct damage. Okay. So it is calcing as if it is doing base 25. So we need to have Gyarados at least 144. Nice thing is that Gyarados is at least getting hit by one Weather Ball. I believe we can just pre-damage Gyarados a little bit and then just not give it a Citrus Berry, right? Because, like, I think as long as it gets hit, like, if it gets hit by, like, one Weather Ball plus 2 crit bullet punches, like, okay, so 144. So, crit Weather Ball is 76. So, 204 minus 76 is 128. Minus 41 twice. It's 46. Yeah, Blastoise sees KO with Muddy Water at 42. Okay. So, yeah, just an ounce of pre-damage. Wait. Sorry, hold on. I'm stupid. Was I pre-damaging too? Hold on, wait. Okay. 25. So we need to get to 144. Lowest roll on Weather Ball is 43. So 204 minus 43 is 161 minus 144 is 17, so we pre-damage by 17, so 204 minus 17 is 187. So, pre-damage year to 187 HP, not GP. There you go. HP. Pre-damage Toge to... We also need to pre-damage Togedemaru a bit. Okay, so 187. We get hit by critical hit Weather Ball, lose 76 HP. Drops us to 111. What did I do that made this make sense? Hold on. What was my math earlier? Oh, I think I just did those calcs from full HP. Yeah, because we basically need to pre-damage by about, like, 9%. $29. 10 is 39. Annoying. Because it's like, okay. Because we could, in theory, give it an Oranberry to do a little less healing. But it's not quite enough to make sure we never show Muddy Water kill. Because Metagross is definitely getting off 2 Bullet Punches. And Heliolisk is only getting off 1 Weather Ball. Weather Ball is definitely going to Gyarados. We can't intimidate Metagross. But this requires 3 crits that all functionally max roll. I think that's fine. Because the reason we can't give it a Citrus Berry is if we get knocked just into healing range, proc Citrus, it heals us outside of guaranteed Terrain Pulse range. Yeah. We would potentially heal too much, and then Blastoise might go for Fake Out. So we need to be... Sorry, banger. If we need to heal, it needs to be, like, in small amounts. And I think an Oranberry would do the trick. Because an Oranberry, if we hit 50, would never bring us above 70. The alternative could potentially be actually using one of the Pinch Berries, funny enough. But those proc if you go to a quarter of your max HP, which could theoretically out-heal Terrain Pulse. So I'm trying to think, like, the amounts of damage that we're taking is small enough. Yeah. I think we just give Gyarados an Oranberry. So we want to pre-damage Gyarados to 187. Gyarados never dies, as long as it doesn't get crit once. Like, it's risk tolerance for 3 crits, plus, like, all of them need to be high rolls, so functionally, like, 6 crits. And, like, the only downside here is, like, guaranteed losing Gyarados. Well, no, it could potentially spiral out from there. Could be very bad. But still. Okay, yeah. Equip Exca with Ground Gem. Equip Pierre with Oranberry. Now we need to figure out what the Togedemaru pre-damage is. So Togedemaru needs to get hit by lowest roll of Terrain Pulse and still show kill to Muddy Water. So Terrain Pulse is 155 minus 48 is 107. Muddy Water is 99. So we need to pre-damage by 8. So once 155 minus 8 is like 147. 147 HP. Okay, so now confirming. We get hit by Terrain Pulse. Minus 48. Drops us to 99. Still showing Muddy Water kill. Go for Fake Out. Nice. If we want, we can give Togedemaru like a Oranberry also, because if Terrain Pulse does too much damage. Or we could give Togedemaru, instead of pre-damaging Togedemaru, we could... No, Life Orb wouldn't do it. Give Togedemaru the Silk Scarf. Just to get as much fake out damage in as possible. Equip Toge with Silk Scarf. Okay, let me just confirm. Fake out never gets prioritized over fast KO. If it's the Aemon's first turn out, it is a +9. Meanwhile, a fast KO is like +12 minimum. Yeah, +12 or +14. Okay. So that's 1 held item, 2 held item, 3 held item, 4 held item. Equip Gark with Dragon Fang. 5 held item. Basculegion kind of doesn't need anything. Can't give it the spell tag. Can give the Life Orb, maybe? So that way, like, it can, you know, most likely KO Blastoise on a turn it comes in. Like, Terrain Pulse does so much damage. Basically guaranteed to KO. We have to go down to 78.9. Now's your chance to... is, like, so underrated. I guess we review the line. So hold on. Yeah, it is no longer Togedemaru in King. It is... Ooh. Hold on. King. Toge. Yup. Shit. Okay, really quickly need to transpose which side is which on here. The fight works, I just need to make sure that it's like oriented the right way. Because, yeah, we want to kill Ludicolo first, so Togedemaru needs to be in the second slot. So that way, the thing that comes in second to kill Basculegion is based on Toge. there. Delete that. It's a shame. We lose our, like, really nice, pretty lines over here. Swap Bass to Exca. Sorry for being annoying about this, chat. I promise it's important. Like, the funny thing is, I don't even think I really need the notes at this point. I've so, like, intimately familiarized myself with how this line works. My notes are so much uglier this way. It's just so I can better remember which side is which on my half of the field. What did I do? There we go. I think I jumped to the top of the page. Oh, god damn it. Oh, dear. Okay, we did something. There we go. Jesus. Okay, use Dragon Claw on Blastoise. Use Fake Out on Blastoise. Thank God for Control V. Or Control Z. Okay. Yeah, KO Blastoise with Dragon Claw, Spiky Shield. Yeah, this is the fight of the killer dragons, honestly. Fun time, fun time. So, open with Kingdra and Togedemaru into a Blaziken and Ludicolo. Use Hurricane on Ludicolo, which is a 2-hit KO. Definitely not ever able to 1-hit KO with it, even if Ludicolo were to get, or to attack turn 1, because Life Orb doesn't do damage if you don't actually do damage. And turn 1 is going to be Togedemaru clicking Spiky Shield. Turn 2, we're going to outspeed and KO Ludicolo with Kingdra, and we are going to swap Togedemaru, who is currently showing Kill to Blaziken on specifically close combat. We are going to swap into Basculegion. In comes Salamence in Blaziken's spot. In Ludicolo's spot. This turn, because assuming we have pre-damaged Basculegion, we should show a Kill to Hurricane, as long as we're pre-damaged to 199. I think we have 177 for things later. Yeah, I think it's for, like, controlling rolls on, like, Metagross or Heliolisk. But either way, we are showing it a Kill to Hurricane, so Salamence will come in next. Kingdra is going to 1-hit KO Salamence with Ice Beam. Blaziken is going to attempt to Thunder Punch Basculegion, so we are going to swap to Excadrill. And Kingdra is going to 1-hit KO Salamence. Looking at the Excadrill slot, yeah, Weather Ball. We have pre-damage Exca to 114. So, in comes Heliolisk, because it takes no damage from Thunder Punch, and is now baiting Close Combat, and Weather Ball. We are going to swap back into Basculegion. Takes no damage from Close Combat, takes some damage from Weather Ball. 51. So hold on. 177 minus 51 is 126. Hold on. Okay, I do think 126 lowest roll. Yeah, I think Weather Ball never brings Basculegion to a point where it baits Weather Ball over Grass Knot from 177. 177 minus critical hit Weather Ball, which is 90. Sorry, it's been so long since I did this part of the line, I have to double check. 87. Never shows it Weather Ball. Oh, actually, we want to make sure we have Citrus Berry. So that way we don't show a Grass Knot. Hold on now. Hold on now. 252 divided by 4 is 63. Plus 87 is 150. Why are we at 177? We definitely want to give Basculegion a healing item. Because, yeah, we want to be able to take that Weather Ball on the swap in and then show Thunder. Yeah, Thunder and Thunder Punch, 124. Definitely not hard to show Metagross Thunder Punch. Okay, I think I might have just done my initial math wrong. Because, yeah. Let's say 177 is a lot of pre-damage. Drops us to 70. Oh, it still never baits Brave Bird. Yeah, bring in Hurricane. Kill it on the turn. We swap to Exca. Swap back. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to looking at like 199. So if we are at 199, we take, say, a critical hit Weather Ball. 199 minus 90 is 109, which would proc Citrus. 199 minus 76 is 123, which would proc Citrus. So any crit on Weather Ball would proc Citrus. And then any non-crit, 199 minus 60 is 139. Yeah, so we're never showing killed Grass Knot. What the fuck was my plan here? Why did I have 177? Because yeah, we always bait Thunder. Equip Bask with Citrus Berry. Okay. Because, yeah, Excadrill will be out, and it'll always be baiting Weather Ball and Heliolisk. Doesn't matter if we show a kill, because Heliolisk sees a fast kill, so it's capable of coming in. Plus, it has Focus Sash. Didn't even think about that earlier, when I was considering that Excadrill showed it a 1-hit KO. Yeah. Okay. So Basculegion at 199 baits in Hurricane on Gyarados. Or baits in Gyarados, who would click Hurricane into it if Gyarados didn't then immediately die. We bring in Excadrill on Helioptile. Because Helioptile is going to click... Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, Blaziken is going for Thunder Punch. We can't leave Basculin on the field. So Blaziken Thunder Punches into Excadrill. Does nothing. Then this turn, Blaziken wants to close combat into Excadrill, which will do nothing. Heliolisk wants to Weather Ball. We swap to Basculegion. Citrus Berry. Glad I caught that. So just confirming once again. So with 199 HP, let's assume we get hit by the highest roll crit Weather Ball, which is 90 damage. Drops us to 109, low enough to proc our Citrus Berry, which would bring us above 160, I believe. Because, yeah, our Citrus Berries heal us for 252 divided by 4, 63. Yeah, so 109 plus 63 is 172, which is more than Grass Knot. Lowest roll on Weather Ball from 199 is still low enough to proc a Citrus Berry, because our Citrus proc is 126. Yeah, it's 126. So lowest roll on Weather Ball will bring us to 123, which procs Citrus Berry. Obviously, if it heals us enough on highest roll, it heals us enough on lowest roll. If it does not crit. 199 minus 60 is 139. Which could show Grass Knot. Okay. Got it. So I think that was why we tried to do 177. Because what's 177 minus 60? No, that's 17. Okay, so we're at 139. We would need to lose 15 extra HP. Although, I'll note, what even happens if it clicks Grass Knot? Excadrill does not take a lot of damage from Grass Knot, and then always shows kill to specifically Weather Ball. I think it's kind of fine, right? Like, does Grass Knot do something weird like lower your speed? No, it just does more damage the heavier you are. Because Excadrill will never take damage after this point because it's always swapping in on Thunder and Thunder Punch. So I think it's fine. I think, well, we obviously prefer it clicks Thunder into Excadrill. If it clicks Grass Knot into Excadrill, that's okay. Like, even if it crits. Like, it's never doing enough damage to Excadrill, even from, like, 214 minus fucking 76. 138. Yeah. Never showing that the Grass Knot. That's 51. Never showing Metagross any quick kills or any, like, other kills. Yeah. Meteor Mash is only a 73. So I think we're fine. So we KO Blaziken with Octazooka. We swap Excadrill to Basculegion. At this point, it is Kingdra and Basculegion on the board. Heliolisk sees KO on Basculegion with either Thunder, potentially Grass Knot. And Metagross always sees KO into Basculegion with Thunder Punch. Yeah. Especially, yeah, if we got brought to exactly 50% and Citrus Berry procced and healed us up, we're still showing Gilda Thunder Punch. Okay. So, they're both using electric type attacks into Basculegion. Never attacking Kingdra. We swap to Excadrill. We swap to Garchomp. Funny enough, we could actually do it in either slot. Not that that matters. Actually, it would, because if Heliolisk used Grass Knot into the Garchomp slot and then got affected by Rough Skin, that would break its Focus Sash, which means we couldn't safely do the 1, 2, 3. It could all fall apart. So yeah. We would have to essentially, like, stall while it Rain Dish back up, which would not go well. Okay. So yeah. They then try to get, well, Metagross is wildly bullet punching in every direction. Meanwhile, Heliolisk is trying to Weather Ball into Excadrill, so it goes into Gyarados. Does not take a lot. Gyarados might take a Bullet Punch. They then both see Thunder this turn. Well, Electric moves this turn. Which means they swap back to Excadrill. This is the turn we Dragon Claw. First turn, we Bulldozed. Heliolisk will be at -1 at this point. That doesn't affect anything. This turn at least. It'll get a little bit of healing, but that's fine. It's going to be at 1 HP. Maybe more. It's actually probably going to be at around like 25 to 20% HP. But either way, gets healed back up a little bit. We then Dragon Claw, kill it with Earthquake. Yeah. I think this line is nigh impenetrable. I think. Probably. So the nice thing actually, well, maybe not. Yeah, no, we'd still need to swap to Gyarados. It's a whole thing. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Because then for all this, we're assuming Gyarados is getting hit by 2 Bullet Punches and a Weather Ball. Comes out to like 50-something. It's very unlikely that Gyarados takes enough damage to get dropped into Muddy Water range. And at that point, it sees a fast kill on Gyarados with Terrain Pulse, which is a safe swap to Toge D Maru, which will not kill. Toge is then able to, because it's pre-damaged, to always show it a kill with Muddy Water, able to get off a Fake Out. While it flinches, Garchomp gets off its second Dragon Claw. Turn 3, it'll go for Muddy Water again. We will get it with Dragon Claw again. We should be good. I'm actually wondering if instead of Fake Out, we just level up Togedemaru enough to, like, get it with Zing Zap. Because, like, we kind of don't need to do any silly little cheese with, like, Fake Out Spiky Shield. If we're just, like, able to kill it, right? like 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Tokidamaru, we need to go up to level 64. I'm trying to think of what could go wrong with our current plan, and I think the answer is nothing, right? Like, there's nothing in our current plan that could fuck us over. We know what will cause it to click muddy water. We know our damage ranges. I don't see a kill on Gyarados. So I prefer to keep Togedemaru as low a level as possible. But I can't deny it would be nice to have Togedemaru be a high enough level to actually, like kill things. Even then, Protect is only really an issue if we low roll on like all of our Dragon Claws. I think it's gonna be fine. That being said, it is 10:30. I'm kind of tired. Most people have already checked out. I think I might just save this fight for tomorrow. So that way we can all just kind of like, you know, enjoy it together while we're a bit more perked up. Kick off our next stream strong, go into, you know, Fortree and everything. Potentially have another encounter or two. I'm not sure how long it takes to go get the Devon Scope, but I think we can just go straight from Fortree into the route afterwards, which will have our next encounter. And it's like almost exclusively bangers down the line, by the way. A truly insane route. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Until then, friends, Mr. Antenna's TV time is being very distracting right now. So I'm just gonna let him finish up. Okay. We're gonna stream tomorrow in the morning slot. So help me God, it's going to be at the normal, regular morning time slot. We're going to be Bridge Rebel. Until then, friends, though, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I have been April. She has been May. You have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a good night, folks.